Debut of the XFL. This was so much fun. Hope you got to tune in. Heading into the season, a lot have been made of some of the unique rules the league implemented, including the kickoff. We got a ton of attention on social media and around the league when it kicked off on Saturday. And here's what you need to know about the kickoff in the XFL. You see it on video there, but the kickoff has to be kicked in play between the 20-yard line and the end zone. If not, the ball is placed on the 45-yard line. The kicking and return team will line up just 5 yards apart at the 30 and 35-yard line and will not be able to move until the returner fields a kick. So we'll get to that in just a little bit, but I want to get you guys' reactions to just seeing the XFL. First of all, my favorite thing about it was the access. You're actually talking to players and coaches as it's happening. You're seeing coaches call plays from the sideline. You're even in the locker room at halftime. Really, really cool to see all of that.
It's fantastic. And I was traveling here. I had a bunch of people asking me about it, which led me to believe, number one, they're watching.
Oh, yeah.
Number two, they're intently watching because they're talking about the tweaks with the NFL adopted. And I think people are enjoying watching the kickoffs. It's one of the most exciting plays in all of sports. They're bringing it back. They're making it safe. And if you watch that, and Cliff will sit there and tell you, that's how you operate kickoff late in the season during practice. You don't want guys running 50 yards. They're tired. They're beat up. And so you know what? We're going to do a mini field, which is what they do there. And you still have the opportunity now for those explosive plays that everybody wants to see.
For sure. And I think the biggest thing with the XFL is going to be, hopefully, people can get used to the new rules and not come off as a gimmick. That's going to be huge, right? Because, you know, and plus they've kind of had that stereotype in the past as well. But overall, though, the reception's been great. I think over 3 or 4 million people watched the opening day, but they also did that with the AAF league as well. So next week, the following week, will be the true determination.
The broadcast deals they have right now are very different with us and with Fox from what the AAFL had. Here's what I'll say about the access piece. I liked what I saw. I watched some of it this weekend. I didn't watch a ton of it, but I watched it. And I think some of the innovations in football are great. The access stuff is terrific, but that is not what carries a league. Yeah. That's like offering me free something I don't want in the first place if I don't want it. I'm not suggesting I don't want it. Right. I'm saying if I'm not interested in the football, then the idea that I have access to all this stuff I wouldn't otherwise have, I think only carries you so far. Having said that, the football was good, was comparatively good. And some of these innovations, like the way they do the extra point, to be completely honest with you, I kind of like the way they do the extra point better than the way the NFL does the extra point. Now, moving the extra point back to where the kick is no longer a lock anymore, I think has kind of skewed things in the numbers of football that were not meant to be skewed. If you're going to do that, go all the way in. I kind of like this, and I love the kickoff. That is the way the kickoff stays in pro football, because otherwise it was 5 years away from being out of the NFL entirely.
If that, and obviously the reason the NFL doesn't like the kickoff is because of the high-speed collisions when you're going full speed from the moment of the kick, and there were more concussions on that play than any other by far, so they've eliminated that aspect of it. Look, it's one weekend, right? Like, we'll see how these innovations hold up, but obviously very intriguing when you talk about the kickoff, you talk about the point after touchdown plays. I mean, some interesting stuff that I'm sure will get discussed in some NFL meetings over the coming months.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube.
For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app.
And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.